Hello everyone, welcome back to Jus de Rose. As you know, I am obsessed with niche fragrances and I love to share my recommendations with you. So today's video is about incredible, underrated niche fragrances. And you can find all these perfumes on maxroman.com, who is the sponsor of today's video. But before we get into the perfumes, I have a super exciting announcement to share with you. I will be going to New York City on the 2nd to the 3rd of December to ScentXplore. Now, for those of you who don't know what ScentXplore is, it is a niche fragrance event that has some amazing niche brands like Amouroud, Amouroud, Parfum de Marly, Moresque, and many more. And it's a great opportunity for like fragrance enthusiasts to come together and meet each other and basically smell amazing perfumes. So this year it is happening virtually, just like the other 2 years, but also in person, which is so exciting. I cannot wait to go. And if you are based in New York City or if you intend on traveling to New York City, I would absolutely love to meet you in person and kind of see like who's behind watching my videos, commenting, and like I would absolutely love to meet you. So if this is something that you would like to attend, whether it's in person or virtually, I will pop all the information in the description box around the tickets and also like more info in terms of the brands that you can check out directly on the website. For those of you who are interested in attending the event, the first 1,200 people to sign up will get a free goodie bag with lots of samples from the brands that are present at the event. This is available for people living in the US only, but a lot of you are watching me from the US, which I think is really nice. And yeah, I really do hope I get to meet you. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into today's list. Now, I wanted to kick off this video with a brand that I discovered through Max Aroma, which is called Moresque, and I wanted to bring it to your attention because it is a fantastic and completely underrated niche fragrance brand. I have 3 perfumes to share with you today. The first one is my all-time favorite from the brand so far from what I've discovered. It is Seta. And I have talked about this one quite a bit on my channel. Like, it has made some top 10 lists here and there. It is a fantastic, soft, light, and airy gourmand fragrance. Truly, this is an exceptional perfume. I find that with Moresque fragrances, they're really refined and they don't smell like anything else. And the packaging as well is stunning. This one is part of the Secret collection, so you have like this gorgeous brown bottle. Then the other 2 that I have are part of another collection, and truly, the packaging is chef's kiss. So when it comes to Seta, this perfume smells like the most beautiful, light and airy liquid vanilla caramel. I actually can't talk about this fragrance without my mouth watering. This fragrance is so edible and so yummy, but without being sticky or overly sweet. It is so perfectly balanced and very soft and airy. That is the key words here, is soft and airy gourmand. So you have notes of sandalwood, there's benzoin, myrrh as well, some ylang ylang, and vanilla. And to be fair, this fragrance does have a myrrh dominant note, which is going to bring forward an interesting licorice feel to this scent, which adds a nice little twist to the perfume. I think this is so nice. And when it comes to performance, it lasts all day on my skin with more of a like softer to moderate projection. So it's not like a beast mode perfume. It's just there lingering, and this is such a great fragrance for like the colder months. I cannot wait to wear more of it, and I do recommend you try this fragrance out. It is fantastic. These next 2 fragrances from Moresque are part of the Art Collection. Have a look at these bottles. How gorgeous are they? So each of the fragrances in the Art Collection has these gorgeous, I think they're hand-painted bottles, and there's gold foil applied to them. They're like little pieces of art. I'm going to start off with Contessa, which is this beautiful red and gold bottle. And this fragrance is such an unusual and surprising scent, which is what I love so much about it. It is a spicy floral perfume, and it really evolves over time. Like, you're never smelling the same thing, that's for sure, which again is surprising and really cool. At times, I get a lot of spices, mainly nutmeg as well as star anise, and it kind of gives me an impression of like the camphorous feel of Tiger Balm, like the camphorous and herbal aspects of Tiger Balm that is especially present when I'm applying this to my skin. And then at other times, I get the warmth and the sweetness of vanilla and tonka bean that brings like a warm, diffusive quality to the fragrance. Quite complex perfume. And actually, this reminds me of Asia. So for those of you who don't know, I grew up in Asia, in Singapore, when I was younger for 6.5 years. And this fragrance almost makes me think of the scent of jasmine garlands mixed with incense lingering in the air. That is what I get, especially in the dry down of this perfume. So truly a gorgeous, complex smelling, spicy floral fragrance. If you want something that is different, this is a great one to try. And then we have Regina. Love the bottle, love the gold and the whites. If you are getting married, this is a great wedding scent, especially if you love white florals. This is one that I would highly recommend. Elegant, it's feminine, it's sophisticated. It's basically everything that I personally like in a white floral. There's not just white floral. I mean, you have some jasmine, but there's also carnation, sandalwood, and jasmine, but it comes with a bit of a twist. It has a marine-like note, which I think makes it perfect for like a wedding by the beach, or like a wedding basically if you're in a warmer climate. It's perfect for that. The only drawback to this fragrance is the fact that the longevity could be better. My skin lasts around 4 to 5 hours, which is a little bit fleeting if I'm honest, but it is a lighter, fresh floral fragrance. So you would need to reapply the scent and also spray on your clothes to get the maximum impact for this perfume. But other than that, it is a really lovely fresh white floral fragrance with like an aquatic marine-like note. Next up, we have a fragrance from BDK. It is Velvet Tonka. Now, all the hype goes to Gris Chanel, and I have been guilty of hyping that fragrance up big time because I think it's fantastic. But if there was a second fragrance that I would recommend you try from BDK, it is definitely Velvet Tonka, an addictive cherry, almond, marzipan type of perfume. You have more like tobacco, orange blossom, vanilla, and almond listed as the ingredients, but I do get a distinctive cherry note. And actually, to me, this brings me back a little bit to childhood. It reminds me of like this like magic cherry balloon paste, that distinctive like cherry smell for some reason. But anyways, I'm all up for it, and I think this is a fantastic, sweet and sexy perfume. The almond is also very present, and it smells like freshly peeled almonds, like really fresh almonds that have just been picked and like you're peeling them and like about to eat them. This is what this perfume makes me think of. It's super nice. I love it. It's long lasting as well, lasts all day with a superb projection. So I think this is a great one if you're going out, or if you just want like a little bit of a sweetness in your life during the day. I would definitely recommend Velvet Tonka. Next up, we have a fragrance from a brand called Masque Milano, and it was created by Cécile Zarokian. It is called Petra. This is a lavish and classy Chypre fragrance. If you love Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel or Miss Dior, you need to add this perfume to your list. Truly. It has quite a classic composition with some fruits and florals with jasmine, some rose, but it's juxtaposed with an impactful base of ambergris, incense, and patchouli. It is sensual, luxurious, and sophisticated. This fragrance for sure has a lot of sex appeal. It is voluptuous, but it is never trashy. Like if Monica Bellucci was a fragrance, Petra would be it. Like you get the vibe with this fragrance. It's a perfume that you want to wear out if you have like a fancy dinner or like a soiree. This is the type of fragrance that I would recommend. And with regards to the performance, on my skin it lasts over 10 hours with a moderate projection, so very, very good performance. It will last ages on end, and yeah, I think this is a really fantastic underrated hidden gem from Masque Milano. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can find all of these fragrances on maxaroma.com, and there is a special offer going on at the moment where you can get free 2-day shipping on orders over $200 plus a $20 gift card when you use the code JUSGIFT at checkout. So if you spend over $200, you'll get free 2-day shipping plus a $20 gift card with the code JUSGIFT, which you can use then for next purchases on maxaroma.com. Moving on to the next fragrance, we have such a delicious perfume. It is Rima XI by Carner. This is one that I've talked about a little bit in the past on my channel, and it is a stunning, sweet fragrance. Again, it is not a syrupy, sticky sweet perfume. It is done just right. So what does this fragrance smell like? Well, imagine you are eating the most delicious lemon madeleine whilst sipping on a creamy chai tea. This smells like the most soft and fluffy, moist vanilla sponge cake with a lot of spices. Oh, It is so nice. It is like soft, it is creamy, really beautiful. This is a fragrance that you can easily wear all year round. So not just for like the colder months, the autumn and winter season where people tend to gravitate towards like sweeter fragrances. You can wear this for sure in the summertime. I also like to wear it at nighttime before going to bed if I'm craving something a little bit sweet, but that's not too heavy and that still remains quite fresh and airy. So would highly recommend Rima XI by Carner. Fabulous, fresh and light gourmand. Now for those of you who are looking for a good performing fresh fragrance, I would recommend you try Silver Birch from Amouroud. This is more of a unisex number. Like the other fragrances that I mentioned are like definitely more feminine leaning, but this is more unisex. And it is another fragrance that evolves a lot. The opening and the dry down couldn't be more different. I personally think it is worth waiting for the dry down. This is where the magic happens for sure. In the opening, there is a very dark green vegetal feel about this perfume mixed with like an earthiness. So it can be a little bit jarring and surprising. You're like, oh my gosh, this is like quite intense, but it remains very fresh and earthy and grounding as well. You're gonna get vetiver that is coming through right from the start. So it has a grounding nature. Think dark green fig leaves mixed with earth. But then, this is where the magic happens. This is slashed through with a crystalline and fresh note of citrus and florals. So it really balances out this like vegetal greenness with something that is fresh and crystalline. It almost feels like you're in a forest and you see this beautiful glistening stream of water flowing through the forest. That is like kind of what I envisioned when I smell this perfume. So as the fragrance continues to develop and in the dry down, you're going to get this beautiful, clean, musky orange blossom note that really calmed down the vegetal feel that you'll see very present in the opening. So that is why I'm saying the dry down is really magical, very beautiful, and it is a fragrance that for sure still has a lot of character. If you are looking for a fragrance that is a good performing and longer lasting fresh fragrance, I definitely recommend you check this perfume out. Super unusual, freshy, Silver Birch by Amouroud. And finally, we have the ultimate sexy vamp goddess fragrance from Blend Oud. It is called Mazyon or Mazyon. I don't know how to say the name of this fragrance, but it'll be listed anyways in the video and in the description box. So this perfume is very close to Alien from Mugler, but I would say it is even more intense, even more intoxicating and head-turning than Alien. For sure. So this perfume, I really get a lot of like those dry, amber, woody notes. Like that's so intoxicating, so addictive. I love this perfume. It's a fragrance, when I first smelled it, I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I sprayed it on my skin and it's one that lasts ages and ages and ages. And I kept on smelling my arm where I had sprayed this perfume because it was like very addictive and in the air, beautiful, beautiful sillage. Yeah. I would recommend this fragrance if you are in the mood to seduce. Whether you are going on a first date, going out, meeting a guy or a girl, this perfume is meant to seduce. It has like a kinky factor to it. So I will leave it at that. It is a kinky, sexy, vampy perfume, and that is all I will say about this fragrance. For sure a date night banger. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this list. Let me know in the comments down below if you know any of these fragrances, if you've tried them. I would love to know your opinion on these. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!